fertilization.
That's how we're starting this off.
I do, but that's not relevant.
Understandable. Alright, so this is Ezra Brooks' Distiller's collection from Chicago. This is from Binny's. Which kind of has a reputation in a lot of bourbon groups for just being a place that does a lot of picks and typically a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
So let's see how it compares to what Fine Wine and Good Spirits and Ohio Liquor. Ohio Liquor, I barely knew her.
I actually just had a glass of the Fine Wine and Good Spirits like 2 days ago, so.
I did the other day. I wanted the peanut brittle that I got from it.
Mm-hmm. I actually got a little bit of a citrus note that I didn't get before.
I could probably see that.
So like I could definitely see based on what I was getting out of that how the PWF pick ended up being lemon nut.
Especially at higher proof, yeah.
But anyway.
But yeah, let's see how this one is.
I get like
You get brown sugar.
Brown sugar. I get like a Chinese food or like a Mexican food note, like either Mad Mex or.
I actually see what you're talking about.
I see it, but that's just such a.
MSG.
Smells like lo mein.
Panda Express.
I don't know why. It just does. It reminds me of the smell of...
Like a nicer mall food court. Because they always have that like knockoff burrito place and they always have some really good teriyaki place.
I will agree with that.
I just had teriyaki chicken at Ross Park Mall tonight.
Oof, what a throwback.
I get what you're saying. That's such a weird tasting note. Or smelling note, but it's
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like ginger or...
Why?
Soy?
The number 46.
Anyways, it smells good.
There's a spring roll in here. Ooh, crab rangoon. I wanted wonton egg drop mix though. I just got wonton.
I can't tell what it is. It smells good though. That's not a bad thing. It does smell good.
I hope the finish is a fortune cookie.
That's not out of the realm of possibility.
It really isn't.
No. Fortune cookies, what? Vanilla and
a little bit of anise and
almost like a
brown sugar.
Just like a vanilla wafer.
Yeah.
It's not out of the realm of possibility at all.
Let's see.
Brown sugar peanut.
Brown sugar and peanut.
I actually get compound chicken. I get compound chicken. At least the sauce, whatever the sauce is.
It is time to drink some Ezra Brooks.
That's funky.
This is a really racist video, isn't it?
No. It literally smells like Chinese food.
And it's
straight up.
It tastes like peanuts and kung pao chicken sauce.
It does.
And the only quote unquote racist part is literally a Family Guy reference. So.
I do get like a creamy vanilla note.
That's the fortune cookie.
You got the fortune holder cookie.
I don't know if it's because I'm looking for it or not, but I get it a little bit actually.
This is really good.
You're probably looking for it a little bit.
At this point, yeah, I'm probably just looking for it, but
this is
really good.
I like the Fine Wine and Good Spirits one slightly more, but I do like this a lot.
This is really good.
But you also knew how much I raved about the Fine Wine and Good Spirits one.
Oh yeah.
For a $35 bottle, that was hard to beat.
Oh yeah.
Remember, I got this Evan Williams 1783, which is like the two cheap Evan Williams are like the two Evan Williams I like.
Yep.
And
well, is there an expensive Evan Williams?
Check over here.
Okay, that's fair.
But for a Rebel, I got the two of those, and a couple samples.
Yeah.
I mean,
I will say, I'm always significantly more enthusiastic and impressed by Ezra Brooks than I am Rebel.
Which is interesting because we always expect it to be the weeded stuff.
See, I feel the opposite. I'm always more of a Rebel fan, but I've really liked all the Ezra picks I've had.
I always thought I was going to like Rebel most, and now here I am becoming a straight up Luxro fanboy at this point.
They are solid.
It's similar to Maker's Mark in the sense that, Picks are relatively abundant, and they're all really good. I haven't had a bad one yet.
They're pretty consistent with quality.
The Rebel ones are more consistent in taste. The Ezra ones are, they're both consistent quality. The Rebel more so in taste. The Ezra more so in diversity. Because the 3 Ezras I have very different notes to them. But they're all actually, I have to revisit the Ohio Liquor one, but they're all good.
Yeah, this is delicious.
I'm getting a very serious dessert note now that I'm done finishing it. I want to say it's like baklava. It's like a nutty, sweet honey like dessert note. I like it. I don't know why, but I only got it whenever I finished that last sip.
I can kind of see it.
Yeah.
I do get a honey note at least.
It's honey, it's like honey, maybe just honey roasted peanuts is like.
Honey roasted peanuts, or almost like.
But I get like some pastriness too, though.
Almost like
thing.
It almost reminds me of the honey note of like Baron-Jaeger. Honey liqueur.
Yeah, a little bit. Either way.
At least that's the quality, that's what the honey flavor is actually tasting like.
Either way.
This is really good.
I really enjoyed that.
Big fan.
It was
considering how much I like the Rebel 10, I still think this is a good choice. This is very different. I can see myself going to this quicker than the Rebel 10 because I want to milk the Rebel 10 when I have it.
Yeah.
I just simply didn't need to have another bottle like that.
Yeah, and plus the one you had, it was probably better. I didn't taste the new one, but like the one that I gave you was really, really something different.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing is that one set my bar so high. They're like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna replace my Rebel 10 when it's gone with a new one, and not question it. But I don't need 2 when one is significantly better than the other. Even though I love them both.
Yeah.
The one that you gave me is just in a league of its own.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, this Ezra. I mean, this is just proving to me that Luxroy needs to be one of the ones I stick with.
I don't blame you. Every time I taste Ezra, it's like I should really get more into Ezra. And then I'm like, I don't know.
And you know what's nice too? My 3 distilleries I love. 2 of them are super easy to get stuff from. 1792 is the hardest, and even that, like, we got the single barrel easily. Could have easily gotten the Bottled and Bond on the website. I found Bottled and Bond and Foolproof in Delaware for a reasonable price. Clearly, I could trade for picks pretty easily of the Foolproof.
Yep.
They're valued at about a Blanton's, maybe a little more. So, like, even the hardest one to get stuff for is still not that hard.
Yeah.
How often do you see a 12-year get traded? Like, you have one now, I have one. I see them pop up pretty often in PWX.
Yeah, they pop up enough.
Sweet Wheat is the only hard one to get, and even when it shows up, that's the one that has ridiculous value.
Yeah. Although that one is really good.
So how many Blantons can I trade for a Sweet Wheat?
It's like
3 or 4, yeah. Probably 5. 3, 4, maybe 5.
At that point, just buy one on secondary instead of trying to trade a bunch of
Oh
things
yeah,
for it.
absolutely.
Yeah, because you can get them for $200. Like I've seen that online.
That might be something that once I kind of am like.
Once you have more splurging money.
Yeah, that's one of those things where if you're a big enough fan of the brand, you just can spend the money.
And I mean, I've had Sweet Wheat, and I would pay $200 for a bottle of that.
I mean, that's like me with if I had easy access to like Jack Daniels or Jim Beam, like Booker's 30th anniversary for that price, I would easily spend it. But like Booker's 30th, I think, is up to like $500, $600 now. I mean, that was why I spent $300 on Little Book Chapter 3, and that was worth every penny of it. I'd do it again, easily.
I was gonna say he still hasn't tried.
I would say I've never tried any of the Little Books.
We'll have to do that We'll have to do like a high-end lineup where I bring in those 3 and Russell's 13, and those are like the first 4 things we try. Cause
and we could, if I haven't killed it off as a celebratory thing, we could kill off the last little bit of my midwinter as well. Even though I know you're not the biggest into it, it's one of the high-end ones, and you didn't try the batch I have.
I did try this year's batch.
Is it better?
It's the best batch I have tried so far.
Okay. It's one of the things I listed as a sample I want to trade for. So
it was the most MGP tasting, and so it wasn't as robustly herbal as that SAOS port finish.
Okay.
But it was a little bit more like if you combined SAOS port finish with Maker's 46. That was kind of like what it tasted like.
See, like I knew I would enjoy it, but as a 1792 fanboy and as someone who really loves Last Great Toasted Barrel,
I think you would have appreciated both of those better than the Midwinter's Night.
Yeah. Next time, if you get a midwinter, try to trade one for a sweet wheat.
Yeah, you probably could easily do that.
Honestly, next time that some sort of like big name bottle that comes in,
listed as your first, listed as say that this is main ISO, but will entertain offers if no one, if no one bites.
Although, do we want to wrap this up so we can?
Yes.
Because I'm getting anxious about this one.
Yeah. But so just proving my point that Ezra is Luxor is clearly just one of the distilleries for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I haven't had anything I've been disappointed in.
I'd agree with that sentiment. Yeah.
Even the cheap ones, like they have their place.
Yep.
Ezra 99 and Rebel 100 have their place.
I agree.
Like your backyard while I'm doing coils.
Anyway,
Oof.
Ezra Brooks, Binny's pick.